Hello and welcome back to Planet Stronghold Colonial Defence. Okay, let's deploy some regular infantry. And a battle drone. Now these guys only have 2 health, but... Excellent, I've now got the credits I need to... The hell was that attack? Oh well, can at least get a turret up. Vows, breach, heals to... Great, he's got breach. That's just bloody fantastic. And he'll take out my battle drone doing that. Oh, and he heals. This might actually be a tricky fight. This might actually be a very tricky fight. Marksman, kill that one, please. Right, you, kill that one. You, target the apex run. Okay, you are have flying, which is annoying. I'm still going to deploy a flamethrower turret, even though they're not doing a lot at the moment. Attack there, attack there. Okay, destroyed all the enemy units. Now that our unwelcome guests are gone, how much danger does this lake hold to our water supply? Our purifiers should be able to handle the outflow. However, if I might make a recommendation, you might want to post some guards here. I hate spreading out our forces more, but there's little other choice. She's kind of right there, to be fair. Okay, let's talk to Rigel. Walking down the hallway, you hear Rigel in the middle of a conversation with another person. Unfortunately, it seems he forgot to close his door. Just as one conflict is ended, another rises to take its place, Gabriel. I don't dare split off any fleet to come to Stronghold's aid without leaving another system uncovered. That wouldn't be wise either, Mother. If you sent a special task force here while in the middle of a galaxy-wide war, your enemies would ask what was so special to divert much-needed resources. My thoughts exactly. Let us hope for both our sakes that the colony captain is up to the task. Called it! You don't have to worry, Mother. I have absolute faith in both captains. Captains? You did use the plural. Indeed I did. I thought it was a little odd that High Command would have a brother and sister co-captains, but it seems to be working quite well. I see. Looks like I will have to order some further investigating as well. This is highly irregular. However, I hope your faith in the captains isn't misplaced, because if so much as a hair is harmed on your head, the whole family will rue existing. I love you too, Mother, but aren't abuses of Imperial power a bit much? If you don't exercise your power every so often, people forget you have it. A healthy reminder is good for all concerned. I'll remember that. Look, I need to cut this short. There's an engine block I still have to get to. To be young again. I envy you this retreat. It's been far too long since my own. Talk with you later, Gabriel. Be safe. When I woke up this morning, I didn't think I'd be in the position of possibly punishing my superior. I hope you find this just as awkward, Your Highness. So you heard everything. Damn, I should have waited longer. I heard plenty. So wherever do we go from here? Do I kneel? What? Look, of course not. Do you know how pleasant it is not to have everyone bobbing up and down in my presence? Hell, knee injuries are among the most common ailments plaguing the Imperial household. Would you care to explain why the Prince of the Human Empire is playing Masquerade on Stronghold? That's actually quite simple. I was sent incognito to see how things were going. We had numerous reports from High Command, but Mother wanted some eyes on the ground, as it were. Why send her own son? What if you were detected? Simple answer. Several of the aliens had their own ruling elite here, and if necessary, I would have the authority to speak on Mother... the Queen's behalf. I wondered why I was shunted off to the hinterlands. High Command was really quiet even before the recent war started. Are we the instigators? Mother's having some trusted agents look into it. Hard to say. One of our admirals attacked a Madron fleet and a general massacred an Apex around Hive. On the same day, Drayden's hit an outpost, sold the inhabitants to slavery, while Arnok's mercenaries got as close as Neptune. Some of our spies have said some of the aliens are also shooting at each other as well. Either this is a shitstorm of massive proportions, or I detect an invisible hand behind this. I wouldn't put it behind someone on our side. Certain merchants and nobles are going to get rich with the need for building up the military. Those concerns are out of my reach, but... Well, this leads us back to you and your highness. What should I do with you? It's all the same, Captain. I'd like you to keep my identity a secret, at least for now. Yeah, of course. I actually agree. If anything, it's safer to keep it a secret. Thank you. I was afraid I was going to have to go over your head if you refused. Better than losing it over some gossip. If you excuse me. Time to get arms deep in a hover car. Yeah, see, obviously, you know, I'd say he likes being here, you know, with people not bowing and curtsying. As you enter the park, you see Charlotte and Mira talking about the newest genes found in a recently discovered species, while Alicia and Lucius are busy with a chess game. Checkmate? Well done. Few have beaten me at chess. Consider me surprised you lost to Alicia. I think a robot would have the edge. First, Alicia is a good player. Second, while I can calculate probabilities, that only goes so far. And third, I modelled his brain on a human. There could be some unintentional blind spots. Are you interested in another game? Nah, but may I ask you a question? Certainly. If the answer isn't in my memory, I can retrieve it instantly. Why aren't you wearing any clothes? Pardon? Everyone has to wear clothes but you. Why? I'm a robot. I don't need to wear any. Humans primarily wear clothing for protection, and my metallic skin affords me protection undreamt of by a person. Oh, not this again. I told you you'd burn to a crisp when you went outside. Why do you make me wear lotion? Couldn't I put it on all over? Well, because I said so. That's not fair. It still doesn't answer why Lucius doesn't wear clothes. Yeah, I've wondered about that for a while myself. Why is that, Lucius? Accessing records. Interesting. I am not allowed to wear clothing. It is forbidden. Wait, so if you wear clothes, you're breaking the law? Or a regulation, but I can answer the why. Mind you, nonsense, but there it is. What is it, Mira? Fear and guilt. Even after I built you, there are many who are offended by your shape. Said it made a mockery of the human form. Mockery? They don't think he's human, even if he looks like one. That isn't fair. Lucius is nicer than many people I know. I agree. However, after he was activated, there was enough people who didn't like him and decided it was best no one mistakes him for a person, so they forbid him from wearing clothes, unless it was in the course of his duties. That's sad. So we can't even play dress-up? Technically, no. Well, I'm in charge here, so go ahead. Why did you make everyone go without clothes instead? Then Lucius wouldn't feel bad about it? Oh, there is no need to bother on my behalf. I am content with this situation as it stands. I don't know, I like the sound of it. Lucius isn't allowed to wear clothes, we should be able to strip down. What do you think, Captain? Yeah, screw it, why not? Within reason, I don't see why we can't allow it. Of course, it can't be anyone in duty, or who isn't an adult yet. Captain, thank you, but this isn't necessary. Besides, I doubt when you'll strip down even if allowed to. I'm going to bid you goodbye, Captain. It is time for me to recharge. Who doesn't love public nudity? Side mission with Rigel. Though that's clearly not his real name. So if we don't get there in half an hour, the delivery is going to be free. You deliver one pizza and nobody will ever let you forget it. Need to remind you, if a general hadn't made that order, told him we could stick the order where the sun don't shine, and if necessary, illustrate the first hand with your wrench. Trust me, I was rather tempted to. As a civilian contractor, he didn't really have much sway over me, but I knew he could make the rest of everyone else's lives hellish. And I thank you for your restraint. Hopefully this will be less stressful. Of course, as close as we are to Apex Round territory. You pat your sidearm and give Rigel a reassuring smile. And this is why I'm here. Anyways, what's the problem? Another person's broken down. Needs to tow back to the colony, assuming they aren't faking it. People still doing that to you. More than I like. You know how hard it is to fix a thermal conduit when someone tries to grab your butt? That person wouldn't be walking for a month, especially after I broke their legs. Not everyone has that option. Even if you did what you said, there are some people who would think it was worth it. Sometimes I just don't understand people. Nothing else, you can guard my backside from grabby hands. I shall be your bodyguard. You continue in silence, but as you approach the signal source, you see a cloud of smoke billowing skyward. This is gonna take more than the wrench to fix. Rigel, you might have to be ready to run. As you approach, you see large, insect-like figures emerge, armed to the teeth, and eagerly awaiting your arrival. Okay, so I only get 10 cards in this deck, so by the sound of it, they're bugs, so they're going to be organic, so... Ooh, we actually have Rigel as a card. Enters play invisible, heals a random unit. Ooh. He can heal random robotic units. That is potentially extremely useful. That hurt. Okay, battle drone. Can't do much. You can. Kill it. Thank you. Sniper. If you'd be so kind. Just to snipe that. Right, Joel. No, you're going to be my healer. You're going to stay cloaked. Get a turret up. Excellent. Lots of high damage potential there. Hit, hit, hit. Especially if he's going to heal up that turret now. We're now basically invulnerable. Hit, 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 hit. Okay. Everybody left, hit, and we're good. Thanks for saving our butts back there, Captain. That was the third most dangerous service call I've ever had. Only third? Okay, you have to spill about the other two. Maybe later. I'm not like you, Captain. Still not so blasé about battles. Or dead bodies. And I have 11 stars to play with. Blooming heck. Most of the cards I can upgrade are already gold. Okay, I'm gonna upgrade you because potentially those are useful. So I might take scouts out of the running order. Put her back in. I suspect this is one of those games where some people will basically just spend days building up really complicated decks. You know, and just have a deck for every occasion, whereas I'm just playing on easy and going with a good basic general team. I can stand up to pretty much anything. Do I want to put the walls back in? Yeah, I probably should. All three take covers back in because they're quite useful. Target allied unit without wall or building gains +2 attack permanent. That's pretty handy to create a really high damage card. So I might put a couple of assault cards in, and I've got the stars, so I'm going to upgrade the walls and put those in. Okay, finish that. Okay, nobody left to talk to, only 2 minutes left in this part. That's probably a really good point to actually end this part before I head on to the next part of the story. So, until then, I will say thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next part.